Hi guys, today's video is a bit different. I am not in Atlanta, I am in Richardson, Texas, and as you can probably tell from the background of this video that I am in a hotel room. Today's plan was slightly different in the sense that I was planning to just hang around the hotel and chill out with a good book and you know, some coffee and all that, but the book that I brought from Atlanta with me was part of my TBR. If you follow me on Instagram, this is part of my TBR for October, and it's called This Is Not a Ghost Story. Unfortunately for me, this book just doesn't cut it, and I guess that's, you know, partially my fault. I should have probably looked up, you know, the free pages on Google before committing to it, but I didn't, and it's just really hard for me to get into it. If you read, you probably go through the same thing where you have these books that you just aren't that interested in. However, for me, if I begin a book, I do feel guilty about not completing it, and that is how I feel with this book. I do feel guilty because, first of all, I only had 3 books on my TBR for October, and it's one of my few paranormal stories I have, and I just want to finish it just for the sake of it, but I also don't want to waste an entire day on this book that I know I'm not gonna love. And so this has really motivated me to get out of the hotel and visit the bookstore that I really did want to visit. So I guess that gives me the perfect opportunity to actually go and look for a book. So where I live, we don't have many secondhand bookstores, and so this feels very special. And since it's so accessible, I do believe that it will be worth visiting, and I would regret it if I don't. However, the weather is so bad, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am sunburnt. We walked a lot yesterday, and Texas is massive. Like, oh my God, it is massive. Today, I'm probably going to be taking another Uber or a Lyft to the bookstore. The name of the bookstore is called Half Price Books, and I don't think you can get any more straightforward than that. But I was surprised to find out that they have multiple stores, and so probably it's like a chain. But yeah, I need to get ready and then head out. Yep.
Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you, you too. So I am back from the bookstore and I'm safe back in my hotel room. I have my coffee and I have my muffin that I picked up from breakfast earlier this morning, and I have with me the books that I bought from the bookstore, and I'm so excited to show you what I got. But first I want to talk about the bookstore that I visited called Half Priced Books. So when I first entered the store, I was pleasantly surprised to see that they had new releases as well. However, that meant that they were also priced as new releases and weren't discounted at all. But that wasn't what I was there for, so I went ahead and looked in every single aisle I could, and I was really impressed by the variety of books that they had. I noticed right off the bat entering into the store was that they had the books organized into genres, and the first one that I passed through was mystery, and that was the area with all the thriller books. They didn't have a thriller section, they had a mystery section with all of them included, and that's where I spent most of my time. Overall, the store itself was really nice and I had a lot of fun exploring. I spent over an hour just browsing the books, and I kept putting books into my trolley and then taking them out when I saw a better one or a book that just seemed more appealing to me. But without further ado, I want to show you the books that I did purchase. So the first one is, it's a thriller and it's called When No One Is Watching. The cover was pretty, you know, captivating. It just caught my attention on the shelf. And also, I mean, the title is pretty gripping as well. So the price was $2 and I can't have asked for a better price. So that's the first book. And the second one is called The Silent Sister. And under it says, what if everything you believed was a lie? So yeah, so again, a thriller. And the price was for $3, a cheap book, but that does not necessarily mean that the book itself is bad. It might be the best thing I read. Who cares? And the third one is called Where Echoes Live, and it's a hardcover. This is also a thriller. I'm just realizing I bought all the thrillers. Not that I had planned for anything specific, but it's not paranormal. But anyway, this was $5 and I really do love the cover. If we ignore what's going on down here, what I mean is the color palette and also the art deco kind of, you know, font. Yeah, so don't pretend that you don't buy books based on how pretty they are. I mean, that's I'm guilty of that. I mean, heck, it's why I bought this in the first place, which I don't want to talk about it. I think for now, the book I'll be reading is this one just because it looks like it'll hold my attention. I'm excited to get started on these and also finishing them, and I will be taking them back with me to Atlanta. Also, thank you for joining me on this journey, on this little journey of mine in Richardson, Texas. I wish things were more walkable, but with my time here in America, I am getting used to things that sometimes you just need to book an Uber, even though if you wished otherwise. If you have any book recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments below, just because I could really use them, especially when I walk into stores in person and I have to invest so much time on the spot to find good books. I'm always on the hunt on Instagram and I do have a list saved there. However, today I couldn't find any of the books that I had saved. And I do believe that, you know, not all stores carry all books, and so I'll probably have to look for them online. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.